Hey everyone, Dan Rivers here with Rivers Capital Group with special guest today, Kelli Garrett with Rehab Wallet.
Yeah,
welcome,
thanks for
Kelli.
having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to do the market in a minute a little bit different today, just kind of talk about the overview where we're looking right now. We've had some kind of some interesting data start off January 2023, so I'll give you a quick couple numbers right now regarding where we stand on the MLS. As people who have been following this, for the past probably 6 months, we've been around 3,000 homes on the MLS. Today, I just looked, we're at just under 2,600 homes on the MLS. So that's down about 20% of where we've been standing. And pending, we're up about 10% on pending, a little over 1,800 homes. And there's about 927 new builds currently on MLS. So we're looking at about 1,200 homes on the MLS, not including new builds. I mean, that's crazy how that number is dropping right now. I don't know. What are your thoughts on where we stand, where we're looking?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because the long-term interest rates have dropped, and so it's like those homeowners that were sitting on the fence, not selling, because they didn't want to sell because where could they go to buy because the interest rates were high. So when long-term interest rates start dropping, it starts making some movement, and I'm not surprised. I called and got Wells Fargo's rates before I jumped on this with you today. But a 30-year fix, they'll do it 5 7/8 with 20% down purchase. Yeah. On a refi, it's 6 1/8, so 6.125. So that's making people move. We're not in the 7s anymore. We're down in the 5s and low 6s, which is causing some movement.
And I think that's a great point that you brought up, because I was looking at some stats recently, and it looks like mortgage applications jumped about 7% last week, and overall, I think the number is somewhere around 23% up in January of this year. So you can see the interest rates have dropped, the mortgage applications are rising. I'm seeing this personally on my flips. I've had 4 that were sitting the last 4 months. All my listings are under contract right now.
And tell me what you did differently than you did. Did we drop the price and get it below a certain number? Was there anything, or do you think it was just movement?
I think it was a combination of a couple things. Number one, we dropped the price to where it should be now. We did try to push a couple of these homes at the end of last year. So I think part of it had to do with dropping the price and putting it right in the area where it should be. Mm-hmm. I think part of it is also the holidays are done, so this movement of the mortgage applications, the rate coming down. So I think the combo of both of those helped move these homes quicker. But definitely seeing a lot more traction, a lot more showings. As I mentioned, everything's under contract that we have now, and it's a good. I don't know. Hopefully, this is a good omen. Let's see what this.
Yeah, I think being in the mortgage business for so long, traditional mortgage business, residential, and now owning Rehab Wallet on the hard money lending side. December and January is just is a slow months. Yep. My eyes are wide open as well at Rehab Wallet. I was looking at the leads coming through in January. Always get alarmed. I don't care how many years I've been in business. I always like, oh goodness, here we go. It's going to stop. Yeah. I still have PTSD from 2008, 9, and 10. Mm-hmm. So, but January ended up being, a very, very good month. But they just dribbled in,
yep.
And now then we started seeing at the end of January all the leads for February were magnified. So I think it's just a human nature type of decisions. People with kids are just not making a lot of decisions in December, January. January, people tend to have overspent for Christmas.
Yep.
So, and now they're getting their taxes back
yep.
and things like that. So now they're feeling a little bit more froggy and making some decisions based on the household income. So I just think it's human nature.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I think there's some really promising stats here in Charleston areas. We've all talked about this being just a unique area of the world, of the United States, as far as like businesses coming in. You got the Coast Guard, you got a lot of big businesses moving to Charleston or to the Charleston area.
Yeah.
I mean, last year Charleston was number 2 with a 25.3% rent increase. I mean, that's phenomenal. So a lot of the people, investors here, which make up a large percentage of homes. There are a lot of rental homes, especially in the North Charleston and Charleston County area. So 25.3% rent increase.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been seeing this on a lot of off-market deals that we've been looking at, as well as some, homes on market that need a little bit of work. They're moving pretty quick. People are still buying these investment deals, whether it's to buy and hold, short-term rent, long-term rent, or to flip. But they seem to be definitely picked up over the last 30 days, and they're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your market update always I use as, I mean, I'm sitting here with a piece of paper and take notes as you speak, and I do that at REI Central too, and people would be silly not to take good notes. You are my market update on a monthly basis for a fund that's over $156 million in a fund. So I use that as my leverage to make decisions. So that just told me 25.3% rent increases. So some of the people using Rehab Wallet at the end, they're looking to refinance out. So they're doing a burst strategy, and now they're on the refinance side, and they're having some hard times refinancing out.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these lenders that will and still do non-QM loans with this DCSR loans. So that tells me that they should be able to use their rental application, not the application, but the rental agreement,
Yep.
to be able now to go into a refinance deal with whomever that's offering that now, and to be able to get that, get qualified for that, but based on this higher interest, this higher rent increase, because I think that those are one-to-one, meaning if you can lease agreement for $1,000 and your payment over here on this refinance is $1,000, they subtract a little bit out for vacancy, but other than that, it's a one-to-one ratio.
Yeah, and there are some companies that are doing, I know Lima One's actively loaning on rental programs, and we're happy, anybody wants to reach out to us, we're happy to look into that and get you some more companies that are doing these rental programs, because some of the people that are looking to flip their homes are now saying, hey, with these rent increases, if it's in the right area, it may make sense. If you're holding it too long, as I said, the market has picked up. If it's priced well, it should move, but if not, maybe it is, go ahead and rent it. Look at these rent numbers, and there was another, there's some other data that came on, I forget who it was that posted it, but Charleston looks to be like number 6 strongest market in this area. So when you look at all these stats and everything, buy and hold isn't the worst avenue if it's not moving as far as a flip, and you're paying hard money interest for the past 7, 8, 9 months.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is all great information. I appreciate you joining me today. I will have a lot more information at the REI Central meetup this coming Thursday night at Palmetto Brewery, 6 to 8, so hope to see a lot of people there, but I appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.